everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Emily at Thriving on a Budget. So today we're cash stuffing our third paycheck in April. There's a total of $2,500 that we had budgeted. $810 of that is directly being transferred to Ally from our checking account, and the remaining, which is $1,690, is going to be stuffed in our cash binders. So I'm going to give it a quick count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,400, 20, 40, 1,440, 1,450, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,600, 16, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,690. So it is all here. We're going to start off in our spending binder as usual. I did create this dashboard. I'm not going to start using it until May, but I did pop it in here. I may or may not make it a freebie. I'm not really sure, but it's just to track my no spend days. So groceries, will be receiving $300 this month. Let me just get my cheat sheet out so I know what denominations I chose. So it's getting 100, 250s. I didn't do ones today. I'm very proud of myself. No ones were withdrawn from the bank. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, $300 in groceries. Costco will be receiving its usual $50, and that's all it has. Eating out will be receiving $50. So now it has $50, $100, $120 in eating out. Just push these back a tiny bit. Date night will be receiving $25. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, $105 in date night. Toiletries is getting 15. It's a 10 and a 5. These are some nice 5s. 20, 30, 5, 45, 6, 7, 8. So $48 in toiletries. And then household will also be receiving 15. So that's also a 10 and a 5. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $49 in household. Local Brews gets 25. 20 and a 5. 20, 40, 60, $75 in adult beverages. Fun is getting 60 this time, so it's going to be a 50 and a 10. Just going to try and bring it to an even number. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, $150 in fun. And then Wawa is getting 25, so 20 and a 5. We now have $20, $45 in Wawa, and I have still a little bit of money left on the app as well. Kids will be receiving 25. So they're getting, I think I have all ones in kids right now. So we're getting 2 10s and a 5. 10, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kids now has $34. And Buffer is getting 15 this week. It's 5, 10, gave it 3 5s. I like to keep smaller denominations in here, but I knew I had a lot of ones. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $29 in buffer. That's it for spending. Moving on to our long-term spending / sinking funds. It's a mix binder. So subscriptions usually get 65, but I've upped it to 70 because we did get Netflix at least for a little while. We're getting 2 20s, 2 10s, and 2 5s between monthly and annual. 15 is going to annual, and 20, 40, 50, 55 of it is going to monthly. Twenties, 10 and a 5. Oh, I have some ones in here. Monthly subscriptions has 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 165, 166. And then annual subscriptions, which lives in the same envelope, will be receiving 15. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, $45 in annual subscriptions. I don't think I have another annual subscription that comes out until June, I think. So gymnastics is getting a direct transfer of $500. So I'm just going to pull $500 in placeholders and put it in here. And we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 180, 190. I have 190 in cash and 500 in Ally. So that's 690. Medical will be receiving a 20. We're still working off of our flex spending account, so we don't have very many out-of-pocket medical costs, but at some point that money will run out and we're going to need medical. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70, $80 in the medical envelope. I also have a medical sinking fund. This is just for like daily, monthly expenses. Pets will be receiving 20, and that's all that they have. And this is just for food and treats. Haircuts will be receiving 10. So now haircuts has 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, $52 in haircuts. Clothing will be receiving $250. So it's going to be 2 100s and a 50, and this is mostly spent. But for now, I'll just enjoy the fact that there's $250 sitting in here. Electronics has 40 and it's receiving a 20. So now we have $60 in the electronics envelope. Family fund only gets stuff with leftover fund money from our spending binder. School will be receiving 20, and that is all it has. Back to school will be receiving $50. And so now we have $250, $70, $280 in back to school. And this is only the first round of this, and I would like to do it 2 more times. So we are far behind. And this is for, I was going to color in a bus, but I don't have yellow. So I'm just going to color in 5 apples. Go. We'll save the bus for another day, maybe next month. And then Phillies will be receiving a 50 as well, and most of this is spent. I just haven't done an unstuffing yet. So now Phillies has 50, 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. So $394 in Phillies. And that's it for this binder. Our sinking funds binder. I made a dashboard, but if you don't like swearing, maybe you won't like it. But I'm going to show it anyways because it doesn't actually have the word in it. But ta-da! I thought it was fun. I made like a little live edge to it. So this is my sinking funds binder. Emergency only gets stuffed with my savings money, so it will not get stuffed with this round of cash. And then I printed out this month ahead. This is from a freebie from Hey K Budgets. I'm going to start setting aside whatever I put in emergency, which is usually $20 per savings. I'm going to put the same amount in month ahead. So it's, I mean, $20 a week isn't going to get me a month ahead anytime soon, but I really want to start just putting some extra money aside for that specifically versus just our emergency fund. We do have a buffer in our checking account, but I wanted to start a separate, like, specific savings for that, just so I have like yet another bucket of money sitting in Ally that, you know, is for savings. Healthcare deductibles will be receiving 20. So now we have 1, 20, 40, 50, $150. Pet vet, this is also gone, but I'm not even going to fill in the tracker because I'm going to have to wipe this out. But I haven't unstuffed the money yet, so it will have to go in this envelope. So Pet vet got $250. So now we have $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $600, but I spent almost $500 at the vet, so most of this is gone. Home will be receiving 50. Oop, hello, tracker. So now home has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, $592 in home. And I don't need to do anything with this because I didn't erase this when I had spent money, so we're right at the right spot. Home improvement will be receiving 30. We don't have a lot planned this year, but we do need to get a little bit of mulch. We're at that point where we're planning for when our kids leave the house, and we're not going to stay in this house. So it's kind of like, how much do we put into this house in the next couple of years before we sell it anyway? So pool will be receiving $50. It's going to be ooh, that's an ugly 20. Let's not do that one. 2 20s and a 10. So now pool has $500, 20, 40, 60, $570 in pool. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I don't know why I made these 50. I just have to recount them every time. Car maintenance, I already put the placeholder for the $100 in Ally. So this tracker is now just going to represent what's sitting in Ally, and anything else in here is not going to be on this tracker. Because what I have sitting in Ally, I'd like to start bulking out for like larger expenses, like deductible, tires, things like that. And anything sitting here in cash is more for like monthly expenses. At least that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to leave this tracker to just represent what's sitting in Ally. Travel is not getting stuffed. Holidays is getting $25 in cash, and this is for non-Christmas holidays. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, $85 in other holidays. And then we have $900 in Christmas. So we can color in a couple of these trackers. So now we have 900. So we are well on our way. And that is it for our sinking funds binder. And last but not least is our family and friends binder. This was my freebie from the other week. It is available on my Google Drive if anybody wants to print it off. It's a A6 size. Anniversary only gets stuffed with leftover date night money, so there is $200 in Ally for this category. 80s Babies is my husband and I's birthday, and we received 20, which is $10 each. There's 10, there's 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60. $360 in our envelope. College Costs is receiving a 20 today. So we now have 5, 6, 700, 20, 30, 40, $740 in college costs. My oldest graduation envelope will be receiving 30. It's a 20 and a 10. Look at this 10. It's so stiff too. So we have 1, 2, 300, 50, 70, 90, 400, $420 in his graduation envelope. The goal here is 2,000 by June of 2025. So if my math is correct, if I put away $30 every paycheck until then, we should be at our goal. And each of these icons is $100. His birthday will be receiving a 10. So now there is 150, 70, 80, 90, $100. So that's 200 in his birthday. So now we can move that 100 to Ally to start getting interest. Events will be receiving 5. Now there's 50, 60, 75, 80, $81 in events. This is the only one I'm going to count because all of their envelopes are identical for events. My middle's birthday will also be receiving a 10. So now he has $110. His events will also be receiving 5, and it is the same as the other envelope. It should have 81. And my youngest birthday will be receiving a 10 as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 50, 60, 70, 80, $380 in her birthday envelope. And then her events will also be receiving 5. So she has 81 as well in her events envelope. General birthdays will be receiving 10. So now general birthdays has 20, 30, 40, 50, $60. And this is everyone that is not in my immediate family. And then last but not least, graduations. So this is graduations for everyone who's not my kids. So nieces, nephews, friends, children, etc. There's only one I need to save for the same year that my oldest graduates. And then the next year I'll have 2 other kids to save for. So every year this is going to change how much I put in here, but for now it's getting $25 once a month, and that should get me to where I need to be by next June. So now we have 1, 20, 40, $150 in graduations. I'm going to color in one of these icons. These are each worth 25. I made these trackers. So if there's any, I do like to make freebies and things like that on Canva. I've made tons of trackers for myself, a bunch of which you've never seen because I just haven't had the opportunity to integrate them into my envelope system. I have some like college saving trackers that are a lot more granular, and I'm just not ready to start them yet, maybe next year, as well as like month ahead trackers that are more category based that I haven't started utilizing either because there's just not room in my budget right now to do it at that level of granularity. But hopefully at some point there will be. So, you know, if there's any type of tracker you're looking for or something you'd really like to see, drop me a comment. I mean, I have no issues with making, you know, trackers that people are looking for. I like making my own trackers on Canva, if you haven't figured that out by now. So yeah, I do have a lot of trackers that I just haven't put out as freebies, but if you're looking for something specific, just let me know. So that is it. We have cash stuff the third paycheck in April. There's still the savings portion of this paycheck that will be done in another video, and that will be probably posted over the weekend. And I do have a new not savings goal, I guess. We have an expense that we need to pay down. My son's trip to Germany this summer was supposed to be paid off with my bonus, but we ended up having to take down like over $5,000 in trees. We have like ash beetles here, and so all of our ash trees are dead. And we have like a 700-foot driveway, so all the trees lining our driveway, a good chunk of them are ash. And it was on our priority list to get done, but it moved way up to the top of the priority list as soon as those trees started falling and taking themselves down. And then it became like a safety and a liability issue. So we had to get it done like immediately. So that money that we had kind of earmarked to pay off the rest of my son's Germany trip now went to taking down trees. Obviously, safety's first. So I am going to have to pay off the rest of his Germany trip. So I think with my next savings video, I'm going to bring that into play and show you how we're paying that down as quickly as possible. And a lot of it that will be going into savings will be going towards paying off that trip. So I hope everyone has a great day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you at my next video. Bye.